Alright, so it's the last day of the event, so I gotta do all these quick, but I'm gonna do Xavier's next. I'm gonna do the meat section first.
Are you curious about who I really am? Who am I to you? Am I just your subordinate? Or am I something more?
More.
Why are you so nervous? I'm already yours.
Xavier.
I knew it was you the moment I heard your footsteps.
Whoa, the animations are so good. Like...
I'm curious. Did you bring me here for interrogation, or something more intimate, like taming?
Oh my gosh, these are crazy.
Is this how you deal with disobedient subordinates?
He's a problem. Okay. Let's do the truth serum.
The taste is... I can't really describe it.
I should ask him some questions while the truth serum is still in system. What did you do before joining the LCBI?
I mostly stayed at home, studying all the essential skills required of an heir. Oh, I also occasionally got kidnapped.
Wait, even someone like you can get kidnapped?
Yeah, I just treated it as getting some fresh air.
What?
At the end of the day, it was a rare, but legitimate excuse to go outside.
Oh wait, that's kind of sad. Oh. Xavier, you can tell me what's on your mind, right?
The air in the LCBI building is too dry. The chairs are too hard, it's a little too chilly here, and today's lunch was too salty. You're also standing too far away from me.
Aww. You have a lot of complaints for someone who looks very calm.
Thank you for giving me the chance to tell you my true feelings.
Okay, let's do the predator snare.
This is a warm, comforting fragrance.
I heard this lure works by triggering memories via scent. It simulates what a predator desires most.
What I desire most, huh? I'm at your mercy if you use this against me.
What do you smell?
It's the pleasant scent I smell whenever I see you.
Command relay.
We're face to face. Do we really need to use a pager to talk?
That's right. It'll help you obey me better. Now let's put it to the test. Xavier, please sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Wait, yes. I love hearing them sing.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder.
Not bad at all. Let's increase the difficulty. Xavier, tell me your debit card pin. Oh, that's good.
It's the date we first met. What's the matter? I've already thought of the next question for you. It'll be something like whether or not that date holds any significance to me.
Oh my god. I kind of want to lower the music because I want to hear him singing that without the background music.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder.
Illusion mask.
Are you going to put it on for me? You'll need to come closer to do that.
Well, how is it?
I can't really see, so it'll be difficult to move.
That's not what I meant. Has anything changed, or do you see someone special?
Nothing is different. But as for someone special, hasn't she been in front of me this whole time?
Suspicious name cards. Professional mattress tester. Food sampling specialist. Haunted house evaluator. Xavier, care to explain why you have so many jobs?
Well, the job market is very competitive nowadays. Finding stable employment isn't easy. The more gigs you have, the less likely you'll be unemployed.
Do you have any other secret identities?
Recently, I got my license as a prison security inspector. If I successfully break out of this place, a certain enforcer might have to say goodbye to her year-end bonus.
No.
Of course, this is a hypothetical situation. I don't actually plan to do that.
Can you actually do all these jobs?
Yeah. Barely anyone contacts me anyway. The only ones who reach out are health supplement salespeople.
Okay. Okay, let's get started on the chapters now. Let's start with the prologue. Interrogation room. The predator Xavier is restrained to a chair in the interrogation room. Lost in thought, his head is lowered. Upon hearing the sound of approaching footsteps, he opens his eyes. The hostility in his gaze slightly softens when he sees me.
Long time no see, Captain.
And here I thought you forgot about ranks and titles. Should I applaud you for remembering your old position? As I look at his familiar face, my mind drifts back to the past. Xavier used to be my subordinate in Operation Sector 1. Like me, he was another unremarkable enforcer. While his skills weren't notable, he excelled at following my orders to a T. Because of this, I trusted him almost unconditionally. Yet I had no idea his true identity was that of a triple S-class predator with the code name Hermit.
I'm at your mercy. You're free to charge me with whatever crime crosses your mind.
While he never once tried to hurt me, the sting of his deception still lingers. Let's get down to business. A new type of frenzy enhancer has appeared. When injected, it makes predators more violent. Several cases were confirmed to be linked with this frenzy enhancer, and all the leads we have so far point to. I close the file and slide a photo across the table to Xavier. It's a picture of an abandoned building. Here, this place was once a biological research facility. Our reconnaissance revealed that the building still utilizes an active security system and traps. I want to investigate it, but I need a skilled predator as an assistant.
You must be aware of the risks. I'll be safer if I stay here.
As if you're the one in danger. Everyone else is safer when you're in prison. Negotiating won't get me anywhere, so I decided to take matters into my own hands. I'm going to put in a request. You'll be accompanying me as a member of the investigation team. You don't have the option to refuse, and you can't escape.
So, after considering every predator you have in custody, you've decided to work with me? Which means I'm the one you trust the most.
Well, obviously, we worked together before, so... Xavier, or rather Hermit, has consistently shown the lowest frenzy index out of the predators I've encountered over the years. Behind that gentle facade lies a heart unmoved by anything. No wonder he doesn't show any mercy to his enemies. Xavier, don't push your luck just because we have history.
You taught me that the key to dealing with a cunning suspect is to be strategic.
The chains softly rattle as he leans in close. Even though the room is lined with surveillance cameras, he whispers into my ear.
But for me, that reason is more than enough.
Abandoned building. The entire building is shrouded in gloom. Its thick walls keep out sunlight from the outside world. After a quick safety check, I enter the building and find Xavier, who has already gone inside ahead of me. A sharp, acrid smell permeates the air. It's almost hard to breathe. Traps designed to prevent predators from escaping are scattered throughout the building. The walls are marred with bloodstains and scratch marks. They're signs of desperate attempts. It looks like many predators were brought here for experiments, and most of them didn't make it out alive. Xavier, doesn't it feel like we walked into a haunted house? As the flashlight swings around, it illuminates a ghastly, disembodied head. It's staring at us. The unsettling sight makes me stumble back. My heart is pounding as I struggle to process what I saw. The light shifts, and it illuminates a head that appears on an X-ray.
Were you scared?
Congratulations, you can add intimidating an enforcer to your list of crimes.
I'm sorry. I was being inconsiderate.
Not showing any signs of guilt, Xavier puts down the X-ray. A sphere of light materializes. It floats over and shines on an abandoned filing cabinet against the wall.
I did a quick look-see earlier. You should find some interesting new leads here.
These files, they seem to be abandoned research reports and records of data. I carefully place the files into an evidence bag. As I do, a set of unfamiliar vials catches my eye. They're tucked away in the corner of the drawer. And these leftover reagents.
I think they're designed to be used on predators.
My gaze flits between the reagents and Xavier. Then I pick up a metallic spray can and give it to him. Could you hold on to this for now? He takes the spray can, turning it over in his hand. He shakes it before pressing the nozzle a few times. Wait, what if it's dangerous?
Don't worry, it's empty.
You really like jumping headfirst into danger. Skeptical, I take the spray can back from Xavier and shake it. I press the nozzle a few times. Let's take this back to the lab for analysis. It might give us some leads on the frenzy enhancer. Suddenly, a sweet, fragrant mist bursts from the nozzle and envelops us. Oh gosh.
This scent... it's like...
Suddenly, Xavier's shoulder slumps against me as he stops moving. Xavier? I quickly turn him toward me and closely examine him. I let out a sigh of relief after confirming he was alright. He's asleep? Wait, is it because of the spray? 6-in-1 Predator Sleep Spray. One sprit's guaranteed to KO, or else you'll get your money back. With a sigh, I prop Xavier up while carefully placing the remaining reagents into an evidence bag. Then I realized something. Xavier, wake up, we're not on the ground floor. Why didn't you wait until we went downstairs to faint? The mission has been put on hold due to unforeseen circumstances. Staring at the seemingly endless staircase, I can't help but pinch Xavier's cheek. With a sigh, I hoist him onto my back and begin my long trek. After submitting the reagents we found in the building to the forensics department, we can finally take a break. We have been working non-stop for days.
There were unstable prototypes of this enhancer on the black market when they were still refining the formula.
You encountered them before?
I only heard rumors.
In the interrogation room, Xavier sits across from me. His expression is as calm as ever. For some reason, the chains binding him make me wince. I can't bring myself to look at them. It'll take a while for the analysis reports to come in, but I'll admit we wouldn't have been able to infiltrate and find those important clues without your help. Xavier, do you want anything? Of course, don't ask for anything too extravagant, but we could make your living space a little more comfortable.
Can I walk outside?
That's it? He meets my gaze and nods. Sincerity shines in his eyes.
Yeah, the weather is nice today. I thought it'd be fun to go for a walk. With you.
On the bustling street, Xavier and I walk side by side. He changes into a casual outfit, and our shoulders occasionally brush against each other during our stroll. You could pass as a normal person when you're dressed like this.
Many predators were just ordinary people before they transformed.
What about you? What was your life like before you became one? I remember a rumor that used to circulate among my LCBI colleagues. Xavier's background was far from ordinary. Don't tell me, are you the heir to a criminal organization? Or are you the scion of a powerful corporation? Xavier pauses for a moment, then he silently gestures behind me. I look at where he's pointing. On the mall's electronic billboard, an ad for the Bunny franchise flashes across the screen. Wait, your family is the owner of the Bunny franchise?
No, they aren't. I just thought we could grab a bite to eat while we talk.
It's not long before Xavier approaches me. He's balancing a tray stacked with food.
What do you want to eat? I ordered one of everything.
Our small table is soon buried under a mountain of food. We have 9 different kinds of burgers, 4 drinks with varying levels of sweetness, and 7 side dishes. So this is what they meant when they say a predator has a voracious appetite. Xavier doesn't try to hide anything. He reveals that he's from Philo, a powerful conglomerate that's a formidable rival to Everett. Philo is an ancient, enigmatic family enterprise. They moved their main base of operations to Lincoln several decades ago. However, when the topic of his family members or the reason he became a predator comes up, Xavier remains tight-lipped. He treats them as forbidden subjects. Come to think of it, there were various rumors about Philo having a young heir with poor health. Was that you? Fragmented memories are slowly pieced together in my mind. I recall snippets of old newspaper articles I've read before. Even though I was still living in the Southern District back then, I heard rumors about you. They called you the most lucrative target for every gang in the city. I heard how you were kidnapped when you were on your way to a piano lesson one time. Apparently there was a bidding war over your ransom. You got passed around between different groups too, but in the end the gangs turned on one another, which led to an all-out turf war. In the end, Xavier made it back home without a scratch. He even returned with all his sheet music intact. Not a single page was missing from his backpack. While the gangs were tearing each other apart, Lincoln enjoyed a peaceful respite. It's all thanks to you. Xavier is quiet for a moment. His spoon casually scrapes the bottom of his empty ice cream bowl.
I see you looked into my past.
Was my curiosity piqued? I slide my untouched dessert toward him. I hope I can coax out more of his story. But you could have easily kept your identity a secret with your background. Why are you always alone?
Once I became a predator, they decided to hide me away.
As dusk falls, the gentle evening breeze casts ripples of soft, golden light across the landscape. Xavier, if you hadn't turned into a predator, what would you have done with your life?
Being an enforcer like you sounds nice.
You don't care about money or advancing your career, though. What does the LCBI have that you want? Me.
Did I lie? Did I lie? Did I fucking lie?
Right. If I'm not in it for the money or career prospects, what am I after then?
Xavier is caught off guard by my persistence. He pauses for a moment, then he glances at the street before his intense gaze returns to me.
I guess I like the job security that comes with a government occupation.
That's definitely a down-to-earth reason.
What about you? Why did you pick me during the interview process?
You were cost-effective and seemed useful. You also appeared to be loyal and obedient.
Then once my name is cleared, you can hire me again.
Huh? Oh no, something's about to go down because the music changed. Before I can ask Xavier to elaborate, we both come to a stop as we approach a dark alley. Dappled shade from the nearby tree dances across the ground. Xavier and I exchange looks. We both heard the sound of footsteps trailing close behind us. The quietness of the secluded alley is disturbed by the echo of our pursuers' footfalls.
They're gone. What should we tell our boss?
Up ahead is a dead end. They should be around here somewhere.
Are you looking for us?
He does not care. Before I can stop him, Xavier steps out. He politely waves at the people who were following us. We're outnumbered, don't be
Relax. I'll deal with them.
Fine, but make sure you don't get caught on camera. I don't want to be punished for failing to keep you in check. 135. There are 6 in total. Since they tracked us down to this location, they must be here to stop our investigation. Suddenly a light bulb goes off in my head. If that's how it is, then maybe we should play along. Let's see where they take us. I decide to make a show of resistance. Then I pretend to be overwhelmed and fall to the ground. But when I steal a glance behind me,
Who hurt you? Never mind. I'll make sure all of them suffer the consequences.
and just like that, 2 of the men are already unconscious. Light starts to gather in Xavier's hand. Xavier, get down. I slightly move forward and tug Xavier's pant leg twice. Xavier's gaze splits between me and the remaining men who are on edge. Understanding, flashes across his face.
Ugh.
Nice acting. Xavier Xavier deliberately takes the attacker's strike head on. Clutching his chest, he staggers. When his back hits the wall, he exaggeratedly sinks to the ground as if he were in slow motion. He overdid it.
Perfect. What did I tell you? They weren't invincible.
Of course they fall for it.
Let's tie them up and hold them hostage. We'll get a lot of cash with these two.
With their faces full of glee, the men in black approach us with blindfolds and ropes. Pretending to be unconscious, I squeeze my eyes shut and go limp.
These two. They're fresh out of the LCBI. We should be able to trade them for 10 vials of the new Frenzy Enhancer. We'll get more next time. I don't know if 10 vials will be enough for us.
Keep an eye on them.
Don't worry. They're pushovers. They can't escape even if they tried.
We'll see about that. As our captors' voices fade into the distance, I cautiously begin to feel my way around in the darkness. This warmth is Xavier. As Xavier removes my blindfold, I realize my hand is still on his thigh. I quietly pull it back.
What are you doing? Our captors are already gone.
Ignoring the question he asked in a soft voice, I clear my throat and raise my hands that are bound. Doesn't this place give you a sense of deja vu? It's like we have deja. The bloodstains and claw marks on the walls are hauntingly familiar. They're identical to the ones at the research facility we researched recently.
We were brought back to that abandoned building. Were you listening in on their conversation? They'll use us as bargaining chips to get their hands on the latest Frenzy Enhancer.
We can work with that. Their business partners will be here soon. We exchange looks, and that's all we need to be on the same page.
When those predators return, should we give them a warm welcome?
I give his shoulder a reassuring pat, then I nod. I'm counting on you. This is about to get good. He's about to beat them all up. Having dealt with our captors, we decide to disguise ourselves as the predators who would meet the seller.
So, how will you act as a predator? Are you going to use those techniques you showed me before?
I think back to the times I taught Xavier how to impersonate a predator during our undercover missions. I was completely unaware that a real predator had been beside me the whole time. It's okay. I already had the perfect subject to study and observe. I mimic Xavier's tone, tilt my chin up, and give him a defiant stare. Move, you're in my way. Well, was it predator-like enough? Doesn't it sound familiar too?
Not really. You need to be more aggressive.
Are you deaf? I'm talking to you. Oh my gosh.
Better. Keep going.
I grab his collar and force him to meet my gaze. Xavier, I've been watching you for a while now. I thought you were a loyal subordinate of mine, but turns out you were just putting on an act from the very beginning. Oh no. People like you who obstruct investigations while being shrouded in mystery are far from endearing. You played the role of an innocent rookie so you can secretly manipulate our investigations to suit your own agenda. You pulled the strings for each one, whether it progressed smoothly or was done in vain. Isn't that right? He presses his lips together to form a thin line. The hint of an explanation appears and disappears in his eyes. I sigh and wonder why I suddenly unloaded all these accusations on him.
You see me as a despicable person, then?
As I struggle to respond, the sound of footsteps resounds from the shadows. Several cases gleam with ill intent. They lock onto us.
Are you two new? I never seen you around before.
Yeah, we're here to get stronger.
Yeah, we're looking for ways to get stronger. Xavier's tone is brimming with confidence. I can't help but compliment his acting skills in my heart. The Predator's leader mulls over our answers for a moment. Then he takes a step toward us.
Well, you've come to the right place.
The Predator closes the distance and throws an arm around me and Xavier's neck.
With the Frenzy Enhancer, we can kiss the miserable days of living in fear goodbye!
I heard you have the latest version of the Frenzy Enhancer. We're after the strongest stuff.
Not so fast, pal. Tell me the password.
Oh. Oh wait, he might know it actually. Maybe? A prolonged silence doesn't go unnoticed. The Predator leader narrows his eyes. Suspicion is evident in his gaze.
What's the holdup? Those LCBI dogs have been breathing down our necks lately. No password, no goods.
After a tense silence, Xavier pinches the bridge of his nose and steps back. He leans against the cell door.
Forget it. We're done playing around. Let's skip to the part where we fight.
It's go time.
Maggie, girl, come on. Woo! We're gonna fuck some bitches up.
Xavier, this makes my careful planning look rather pointless.
Oh, damn it! They're undercover enforcers! Get them!
They use the frenzy enhancer on themselves. Run. In our rush to escape, Xavier and I dash into a laboratory on one of the upper floors. An operating table sits at the center of the room. The floor is littered with empty syringes. The stench of the new frenzy enhancer is stronger here. Let's split up and look around.
Something is leaking from the ceiling.
It's hollow. On the other side of the wall, the pounding of the door intensifies. It gets louder and louder.
You check out what's above the ceiling. I'll keep them busy.
Alright, be careful out there. After I squeeze into the passageway, Xavier unlocks the laboratory door. The ceiling passage leads me to another laboratory. This one is crammed with research equipment. Behind the lab bench, I spot a cabinet that spans almost the entire wall. It's packed with boxes of reagents. The thought of Xavier holding off all those predators alone spurs me into action. I start rifling through the cabinet with renewed urgency. These ingredients. I turn on my phone and meticulously cross-reference the ingredient list on the box with the test results my colleague sent earlier. I knew it. This is the new frenzy enhancer. After telling my colleagues to get a search warrant, I sprint toward Xavier's location. An eerie silence hangs over the area outside the laboratory. Frenzied predators lie on the ground. Xavier's leaning against the wall. Cradling his arm, his head is bowed, hair obscuring his face and hiding his expression. Xavier, are you alright?
We have a problem.
He lifts his head and slowly raises a finger. He dramatically wags it before my eyes. Really? On it is a tiny cut. It's so insignificant that it healed before I could even think about bandaging it. Wow, that looks awful. Should I kiss your boo-boo to make it feel better? Oh my gosh. He's gonna say yes. LCPI vehicles swiftly surround the building. All the predators are subdued, restrained, and loaded onto vans. As more and more familiar faces from the LCPI appear, I hastily pull Xavier aside. Only a handful of people know you're a predator. Things will get complicated if everyone figures it out. Let's go.
I'm afraid that's no longer an option.
My colleagues immediately swarm Xavier. They surround him. Hey, you guys.
Did you take down all those predators by yourself, Zadie?
You bowed down yourself this time.
I heard her told you to leave. There must have been a misunderstanding, right?
Yeah. When are you coming back? The new enforcer assistant isn't good enough.
A week passes. I approach the desk of our newest colleague and give him a bouquet. Welcome back, Xavier. After the investigation ended, Xavier and I hadn't talked for a while. Occasionally I'd hear whispers about Hermit from my informants in the Southern District. Most of them aren't flattering in the slightest. I'm not sure how he managed to become my colleague again, but here he is. I tap his desk that's covered in welcome gifts.
Notebooks, folders, tea, cookies. I got a lot of welcome gifts this morning. This is the first bouquet I received today, though.
I'm not sure if there is a holiday, but everyone on the street had flowers. I didn't want to stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh, so you'll buy flowers for the other new hires?
Not everyone gets special treatment from me.
That's true. Flowers are for disgusting people.
What? At a loss for words, I decide to act. I take the bouquet and gently hit him on the head with it.
I have flowers, but I don't have a vase to put them in.
Oh, these will wilt in a few days, don't bother.
You shouldn't treat an important gift like that, though.
In the store by the street, I take the vase Xavier picked out from his arms. This is a vase, but these two are for...
Oh yeah. It's my first day back at work, and I don't have a mug.
Xavier hands me a cup decorated with stars. You just needed to get one for yourself. Why did you buy me a mug? Not to mention, they're part of a matching couple set. Xavier doesn't answer my question. Instead, he gently brings his cup decorated in moons. No, this is literally perfect. Because my MC is named Moon. Oh my gosh. I love it when this happens. Xavier doesn't answer my question. Instead, he gently brings his cup decorated in moons toward my mug that has stars on it.
What about you? Why did you buy me flowers?
He glances out the street. Several couples pass by and they're holding a bouquet.
Was fitting in the only reason?
The sunlight casts a warm glow around his figure. I've never told him this on the day he gave me fireworks. But in my eyes, Xavier always looks the same. It's as if he's unconsciously glowing. Maybe it's because in this chaotic world, someone gifted me a spectacular fireworks show. That was cute.
This is how you'll restrain me. You can try something more intense than that.
My gosh, he's too much. Okay, yeah. So that was it for Xavier's. I'm gonna do Caleb's next.